Imagine this, it's the summer of 1776. The colonies are on the brink of war, but the future is uncertain. Would you have had the courage to stand against an empire that ruled the seas, armed with little more than conviction and ink? This is the story of a group of men who dared to dream of independence, and risked everything to make it real. Who were these men who dared to defy King George III? They were farmers, lawyers, inventors, and dreamers, but above all, they were visionaries. John Adams, the fiery orator. Thomas Jefferson, the eloquent writer. Benjamin Franklin, the seasoned diplomat. And George Washington, the steadfast leader. But here's a question, how did these 13 colonies, filled with disparate voices, unite behind the idea of freedom? The seeds of rebellion were sown long before 1776. Taxation without representation. The Boston Massacre. The Tea Party. Each event stoked the fires of revolution. But it was at the Continental Congress where the idea of independence took root. Can you picture it? A room full of voices, some calling for peace, others for rebellion, arguing over the future of a nation that didn't yet exist. The task of drafting the Declaration fell to Thomas Jefferson, a 33-year-old from Virginia. Alone in his room, by candlelight, he wrestled with words that would define a nation. Jefferson's pen transformed grievances into ideals, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But how do you condense the aspirations of an entire people into one document? And would the world listen? July 4, 1776, the Second Continental Congress gathered to adopt the Declaration of Independence. Each signature was an act of treason, punishable by death. Yet, one by one, they signed. John Hancock's bold script symbolized their collective courage. Can you imagine the weight of the pen in their hands, knowing that this single act might cost them their lives? The Declaration of Independence wasn't just a statement, it was a promise, a blueprint for a nation built on equality and freedom. Its words have inspired movements, from the abolition of slavery to the fight for civil rights. But here's the big question, have we fully lived up to its ideals? The legacy of the Founding Fathers is a challenge to every generation. Will we continue their pursuit of a more perfect union? So, the next time you hear the words, "We hold these truths to be self-evident," remember the courage it took to write them. And ask yourself, what truths are you willing to stand for today? The story of America isn't finished, it's up to us to write the next chapter.